Yes, I'm occupational click, and I thought, why not? I'm not back to work yet, so I'll stream another night just for a little bit, not as long as last night. Maybe more just me talking some thoughts. But I called it end of May, Greg. This is a very chilly, wet, cold May. It's not usually by the end of the month. It's usually warm, but it's pretty chilly this year. Cold summer, I guess. Cold spring. What else? I wanted to come on. Yeah, I didn't do too well last night. I don't know if I drank too much. I actually vomited a bit. I had some kind of like agita, some kind of what do you call it? Like acid reflux. So I split some out. And I don't know if it's because was it just the drinking? Was it the pills I took later than normal? Was it some kind of food poisoning from something I ate at that fucking, deli or something like that? Yeah, I decided to take a quick shower. Yeah. But yeah, no, I just last night I felt like crap. Like after I got off, I dicked around for a bit and I was just out of it. So I don't know what that is. Empty stomach, uh, life in general. I can't believe that I was treated the way I was. It still messes with my mind, and I think of these people, and I think of these events, and yeah. But I wanted to come on now because I figured, it's like I didn't even see my brother. Brother Click went to bed before I even got up. I felt like crap all day. Today was a down day, nothing. I felt like total shit. I was dehydrated, drank a lot of water. I felt terrible. But no, I'm not on a new medication. I'm talking a little lower, a little slower. I think I had this terrible headache. That's part of it too. It feels better now, but like most of the day I couldn't get out of bed. I felt like, oh god. So yeah, it was maybe I drank too much or maybe something else happened. I don't know. Hello, Neat for Life. How are you? But yeah, I'm speaking a little a little slower. Well, then, yeah, it's not good to get up and just start drinking again. But now my pattern's all off. But I thought I'd have a beer. I don't feel as much of a desire to drink. But they call that the hair of the dog. If you really feel hungover, they say the best cure is more alcohol. So I'm feeling better now. But I felt like crap yesterday. I just okay. Are you the guy, the Pakistani guy in the Midwest? Was that you? I can't remember now. Oh well. Okay. Okay. Well, that's great. Anyway, yeah, I didn't actually eat anything. I'm soaking some dishes. I'm not really even hungry. I don't think I can force myself to eat. But yeah, but I'll slowly sip a little bit of beer, just a little bit. But there's that anxiety that never goes away. No matter how I try to mask it, it just doesn't go away. It's been amplified because of all the shit I've been through over the past few years. Yeah. And I do enjoy talking to you people, even if you're mostly trolls. It is nice to come on and just, I think there's almost a distraction. There's so much more stuff I should be doing or could be doing, and it's like, oh, I'm streaming now. So, no, I either take a sip or I take a vape. I don't try to do both at the same time. No, no, not at all. Are you the same troll from yesterday? Is this? I think I know who you are. I'm like, what? Jesus Christ! How many aliases do you have? Jeez. Why is this back here? Okay. Well, but like I said, it's a good template for like, even though this is just online cyber world bullshit, it's a good template. How like a lot of times people who are low ranking will come after me because I'm clear. I'm when people say you're not a Spurg, of course I am. People, even if people don't know what a Spurg is, they know I'm different. And people who are kind of either want to make a name for themselves or themselves not too far off from being, trampled on, they try to draw attention to me to try to elevate their own status. It even happens on this stupid, online world here. And I'm not talking about you, Penny. Well, I ended the stream. You can go back and see when I ended the stream. I ended the stream. I was actually talking to Dev Pike for a bit on Discord. And I was getting tired of him. I was just dicking around online watching some TV, and I probably shouldn't have done this. I ate some of those, like like those gummy bear things. I was eating some of those. Probably isn't the most healthy snack, and I think that plus the beer gave me, acid reflux because it was like, it wasn't vomit. It was like a big, like, oh God, it was like just it came up. Yeah. And I felt dehydrated, electrolytes, that sort of thing. You can go back and watch the stream or see whenever it ended. It ended. No, it was good to stream because I didn't stream for 2 weeks. It's good to make up for a little lost time. Because I might not be, once I go back to work, I told you guys I took that drug test. I expect to hear from them hopefully in the next couple days, maybe not till Monday, but once I go back to work, I probably want to do this. That's why I didn't stream for 2 weeks. I was working at that grocery store. I hated it, but I didn't feel the urge. I was too tired to want to stream, and then I have to cut the grass, and it was burning me out. So it's like there's no impetus to stream when you're burned out from working. No, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. I wanted something different. Well, actually, I had a few potato chips with the sour cream dip, which is also very acidic. So it was delicious. It was fun because I bought some sour cream the other day. It was so delicious. And then I'm like, I'm gonna have some gummy bears and the beer, the 3K. And actually, when I when I coughed up, it tasted like orange juice. I hadn't had any orange juice, but it was very, very acidic. Yeah, I probably overdid it. But then again, my brother and I went to that one deli the other day with that asshole, and who knows? Maybe it was food poisoning. Maybe we didn't cook the food right, or they slipped something in it. You never know. And I remember somebody said to me once, it might have been somebody here, don't worry about what you ate yesterday. What did you eat 2 days ago? And I'm trying to think. 2 days ago, I think I had that steak. So I don't know. But yes, I think it was the beer, the gummy bear, the sour cream, probably something from that greasy spoon. Yeah, all together. Yeah, I was like bad, like acidic acid reflux. Ugh. Okay, where's that? Well, presumably next week. Could be sooner. I took the drug test. What day is it? Well, now it's late. I think it was Tuesday. It was yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, I took the drug test, and I asked the lady. I said, first I said, "What are you testing for?" And she said, "I don't know. We just collect the urine." I said, "Fine." And then I said, "How long does it take?" She goes, "Oh, 2-3 days." So I guess whenever the drug test clears, which it should, I'll hear back from the company saying, "Okay, you're all ready to start." I don't know if they want to start me on the weekend or start me on a Monday. So probably, I'm going to guess not today, not Friday. They could, because they do want me to work weekends every now and then, one weekend day. So they might have me start on a Saturday or Sunday. But no, I think I got to do training. So probably Monday, I would imagine Monday. But I got to wait and hear from the drug test. So yeah, probably next week. Next week. And I'll do it for a bit, but I'm ready to eat. And I never truly woke up, but I feel okay-ish. It's very expensive, very expensive. And remember, it's a small state. Geographically, it's very, very small. So there's not a lot of land. It amazes me that people like Todd, he lives one town up from Buffalo. Buffalo is New York State's second biggest city. And yet one town away from Buffalo, you've got plenty of space, plenty of room, plenty of empty apartments. In this area, you got to remember, I'm halfway between New York and Philadelphia. So all the people in New York City and Philadelphia, when they branch out, some branch out to Long Island, some come to Jersey, same thing, Philadelphia. So this area, it's a small state, and there's, two major cities on our borders. So there's like really, you got to go way out in the country to find like nothing. So it's too expensive, too small, too built up. That's correct. Geographically, it's one of the smallest. Population-wise, it's one of the largest. So it's just. Goes over there. There we go. My shrink has said that. Maybe you guys should start your own company doing something, but we've worked together before. We used to work at a gas station pumping gas, and that was all right because he was like a teenager. I was in college, and That was all right, but I don't know if he and I could work together. Like you're saying, like start our own company, or I wouldn't want to work with him at his grocery store. I think that wouldn't be appropriate. Plus, I think he's afraid I would reflect badly on him because I have a track record of pissing people off. He'll be guilty by association. You know what I mean? So people who like him now will say, "Brother Click, we like you, but OC's a total weirdo and he's pissing us off, and now we don't like you either." So I think he's afraid I might harm his social standing. It wouldn't look good if I piss off the wrong person. Then they'll start taking out on him too. So that probably wouldn't be a good idea unless we go into business together. But I think I'm too old to start a business. Hmm. So that would be my answer. If you're talking about work together in the same location, probably not a good idea. If you're saying start a business together. Like my shrink says, you guys should start a business. I'm like, ugh. And so, what is the temperature right now? It's about 55 degrees. Again, it's not freezing, but that's pretty chilly. Usually, by this time of year, it should be like into the 60s, like 70s by day. So it shouldn't be that chilly. And it's rainy. It's a gray end of the month. Well, yeah. Yeah. I actually felt kind of bad. If I was thinking about that, I didn't hear from any of them. But if Dumb really wants to go on June 4th, then hey, who am I to like talk him out of it? I was wondering, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but if he really has his heart set on going, who cares? Whether I meet him or not, I don't even at this point, who cares? So, I felt a little bad. If he just wants to fly out, let him fly out. Let's see, take a look here. Nah, I just feel like I really feel I don't really want to do anything. So just sitting here streaming is like a nice. Yeah, well, apparently it's a process, and he wants to fly away, but he's whether he goes or not on the 4th, whether he goes or not, he's still not done. He's got to come back, put the house on the market, etc. So I mean, and Donna wants to come back allegedly. So it's almost whether he goes or not, he's not ready to go for good. I think that's what this boils down to. But hey. Hmm. Hmm. It's possible. I don't know. I think he'll sell for a loss this time. I think he just wants to be done with it. He's his escape is halfway across the world, so I think he'll sell even if it's at a loss just to get rid of it, just to be done with it. And yeah, but I don't think he's ready to put it up yet. That's the thing. I don't even if he goes to Australia on June 4th. I don't think he can put the house on the market yet. But hey, we'll see what he does. But he might back. I think this time he's serious. He wants to be done with it. Before he was going to go out to South Dakota, but there was no one there for him. Now he's going to Australia and he's got a woman, so I think he's more more energized to dump the house this time. I think it's the vibe I get. Hmm. Okay. Should probably eat something, but I really, after that, I don't want to eat anything too heavy. I should eat some crackers or something. I'm like, ugh. Probably shouldn't be drinking, but I want just a little something. And my voice can be from all the phlegm and acid that I chucked up there. Ugh. I do have a lot of soup. I could heat some up, but I'm like, eh, it's liquid. I don't know. It's just something a little more solid. What day is it today? Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday. All right, let's see. All I got of this. Let me go over here. Let's take a look. Yeah, those Japanese foods. I think those would make me throw up right now just thinking about them. I'm a little too queasy to be experimental like that. But yeah, how are you, doggo? How are you? How's life? Yes, it is doggo. Yes, doggo and penny pounder. And a Parker Peters might be lingering or lurking somewhere. Well, like I said, I kind of quasi vomited. I had this acid in my stomach from I beer and I had these gummy bears and some sour cream. So earlier, I felt like crap all day today. I was like, "Ugh," and I couldn't get out of bed. So not a good day for me. I probably drank too much and had too much acidic stuff. I think I might have gotten food poisoning. So I was like, ugh. So yeah, it was terrible. I can't remember the last time I spit a bunch of crap out. I was like, ugh. It felt it tasted like orange juice. It was all acidic and like, ugh. Yeah. Yeah, I should probably eat something more solid, but I'm not really can't force myself to eat right now. Hmm. That's true. All the the bile and the acids, plus all that crap I ate in the beer. Yeah, no, that's what happened. Fermented. No, as I was saying, I'll probably start sometime next week. I'm waiting for the drug test, the results from a drug test. I took the drug test yesterday afternoon or something. So yeah, it'd probably take a few days. They'll contact me when I pass the drug test. So probably next week, I'd imagine, but I don't know. Yes, it is. In fact, see this house actually we got lucky because when my parents rented this place like 25 years ago, the landlord didn't really change rent for many years. He was happy to have them, so it's actually low by Jersey standards, but it's still too much. This one house. And then I think to myself, oh, I'll go back to an apartment. This apartment's only like not much cheaper, but this is just too much to maintain. And rent's due again pretty soon. The month's almost over. Once again, I don't have a job. It's a disaster. So yeah, rent is too much. There's too much shit. I don't want to cut the grass anymore. It's going to be one of those. Yeah. Hmm. It's a good question. I don't know. I like to watch Jeopardy. I like to watch. I was watching Rick and Morty that came back. I enjoyed that Rick and Morty. I'll peruse like I'll flip through the channel. Something comes on. Like I was watching Mama's Family the other day and some Married with Children. So it's whatever. Nothing. Nothing too new and exciting. Yeah, in theory, but I'd rather not do that. I'd like to have my own bedroom. I think my brother like to have his own bedroom. Because otherwise, whoever sleep on the couch, you're always the other one that gets up to use the bathroom or something. You're always just laying there. It's just I'd rather have a 2 bedroom. Hmm. Man, I don't get wasted. Wasted. Just want to have a little. Hmm. Yeah, well, it's only 9, but yeah, you never know who's watching or not watching. A lot of these people should be people like passing through, or it comes up on their phone, or they're watching multiple streams at the same time. You never know. It's just like I said, this is a good excuse. Well, I got to stream now, so I can't do anything. It's like a distraction. No, I think he needs to sell it. He needs the money. He's not gonna have a job. He won't be able to work right away, so he needs whatever money he can get. So he's got to sell it. Maybe I don't know. Anything's possible, but he seems to have checked out. So there's not much he's really going to contribute. But I'm sure he says hello in silence. Hmm. Winding down already. I just wanted to like just sort of a distraction. Also, because yeah, I really don't feel like doing much anything. So just probably not unless you want to pay for it. If you want to buy me one as a present, I'll. But no, I don't plan on getting one. Now, what's the Man in the High Castle? Is that a TV show or is it one of these streaming shows? What's the Man in the High Castle? Now, you don't have to keep. If you have nothing to say, you don't have to keep it going. I can just sit here in silence for 10 minutes before I get off because just I'm also sort of quasi browsing the internet. Okay, what's it about? When's it take place? Amazon Prime. Okay. I actually agree with you, Penny Pounder. Sounds kind of boring, but hey, you never know. Maybe it's entertaining. It does sound kind of boring. I remember when I moved my parents into that senior place last summer. I met the guy who lived below them. He's a nice guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't even pay for internet anymore. I just piggyback off the free Wi-Fi here." And I was thinking to myself, "Wow, this guy is living the dream that I want to live, or the dream that my hero in Amherst is living." So, but I would do the same thing. I'd get rid of cable, maybe have broadcast TV, and maybe if I really felt like it, I'd pay for one service if I wanted to watch something. But I thought it took place like in the Middle Ages or something, or the Renaissance, The Man in the High Castle, but it takes place in 1950. Okay. Christ. The Man in the High Castle is an American dystopian alternate history television series created for streaming Amazon Prime, depicting a parallel universe where the Axis powers of Nazi Germany and Japan rule the world after their victory in World War II. Okay, so this is like alternate reality show. This isn't really historical fiction. This is like an alternate reality. Mm-hmm. They kill Jews and black people in America. Okay. Okay, so it's some alternate reality show. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's nice. How are you, Nostalgia Bash? What brings you here? Oh, look, it's Donna. No, I just sort of looked away. It was kind of, I just came on briefly because I was out of it. And then was kind of quasi browsing the internet. But it's good to see you people. Had a nice conversation with Penny Pounder and Doggo Food Frodo. Was very nice. I'm just taking it easy because I had some spit up yesterday. I coughed up a bunch of. I had beer. I had some sour cream and potato chips, and then I had some of those gummy bears. It was all acidic. Penny Pounder put it best. But I made a screwdriver in my, a bunch of acid in my stomach, and I just, I kind of spit it out, and I was just felt out of it all day. So winding down at work. Wow. Oh, that's right. You work second shift, right? Now, your girlfriend's a nurse. What do you do again? Remind me, what is it you do? You work second shift, what? That it was too much for the stomach. I'm kind of out of it for that, but maybe. Wait, is he streaming tonight? I don't usually go to other people's. I usually, I'm the nester, not the starling. But one of these days, maybe. That's right. You work at schools, but you don't work for the school. That's right. You're a janitor, basically. Okay, that's right. I forgot. I remember your girlfriend's a nurse. That's right. And you work second shift cleaning. Oh, that's admirable. Yeah, I didn't see him today. See, after I got done streaming last night, I was still dicking around on the computer, watching some TV, doing all that. Then I went to bed, and at some point I woke up and I had like acid reflux. I just, for most of the day, I felt like crap today. Also had a huge headache. I was very dehydrated. Got a bunch of water, and I didn't see Brother Click, but so yes, he's asleep. I'll see him tomorrow. That's another reason Penny Pounder asked, could me and my brother get like a 1 bedroom apartment and one of us gets the room, one sleeps on the couch? Times like this, it's going to be really weird, regardless who's on the couch. If one guy is like out of it and he's on the couch, and the other guy's in his bedroom coming out to use the bathroom, it's going to be, or go to the kitchen. It's going to be, you want your own bedroom. You just close the door, especially on days when you feel like total shit. So no, I'd prefer a 2 bedroom. We each need our own bedrooms. Favorite animal? Yeah, I was thinking about electrolytes. I'm not sure. I have to think about my favorite animal. I don't know. Starlings. My favorite animal is a starling. Yes, I probably do need electrolytes. At some point, I did think about calling him today and saying, "Hey, on your way home, pick up some electrolyte water." But I just couldn't be bothered dialing the phone. I was that out of it. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's the main concern. That's our primary concern. Yes. That's the main reason. Yes. Of all the other problems, that's the biggest, of course. Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hmm. I'm looking at some like apartments in the area. Now who's Stony? You can go watch Stony if you want. Stone Cat Stony? Which one's that? I don't know. There was only one bath. Oh. Oh, you're asking if Stone Cat or Stony is sober. I feel sober-ish myself, even though I had a couple beers, which I probably shouldn't do after last night. These are my first 2 beers, so I'm not really drunk. I'm just out of it. Like you said, electrolytes. But yeah, we don't know. What's his channel? Pretty expensive. That's why I want to get on what they call the affordable housing. Because I'm looking now, I'm looking at this one. Oh my God. Like they want between 2,000 and like $2,800 for a 2-bed, 1 bathroom. I'm like, oh my God, it's almost like 3 grand, which is a little more than we're paying here, a little less than we're paying here. But then the landlord has basically kept this place rent control for the past 25 years. But yeah, I'm trying to look at where is the affordable housing one. I got to look around. That they are, especially here in this area, definitely. Oh yeah. Penny Pounder asked me what's the worst part about living in New Jersey. I said it's too expensive. It's expensive. A lot of people, not a lot of land. So housing is in short supply and very expensive. No, that it is not. What is it? I'm trying, but I got to remember the name of some of these. There are places I passed by. There was one that I think had budget apartments, but I can't remember the name of it. So it's like I got to go on like Yahoo Maps or not Yahoo Maps, Google Maps, and try to see if what was the place. It's not too far. Give me a minute. Like there are several places that like you drive by and you think, oh, maybe that's a good place, but then where's Google Maps? Having a hard time getting to maps. I don't know if type in maps. Yeah, see, Maryland's comparable. The Northeast, yeah. Yeah. Maybe slightly less expensive housing is what they should call it. Let's take a look here. Where's the one place? True. That's Rafterman. You're 1,000. I'm just looking at this apartments here. That's 1,000% right. Two Spurg brothers are last in line. Definitely, definitely. Similar, similar. Possibly, possibly. I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to ask. Well, never mind. But I agree with your sentiment, Rafter Man. Alice Springs, where the Aboriginal, or the Abos, where the Abos are. But yeah, I actually tend to agree. You think about inner city Baltimore, what a fucking shithole it is. Like, yeah, I don't think, I don't know if Australia has anything comparable to that. Like, Baltimore is such a fucking dump slum. Like, downtown, oh my God. Not the, not the harbor area, but like, inner city Baltimore. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Very true. Ah, man. Ugh. In fact, that's something, in addition to all the, the bile and the acidic, in addition to all that, I couldn't sleep well. My legs hurt. My jaw was just, it was just not a good sleep last night or yesterday. Ugh. So I'm just quasi browsing, but also, yeah. So anything new? Oh yeah, the back is killing me. We're winding down already. Well, I'm more subdued tonight, less animated. I'm not as drunk. I'm just tired, out of it after all I went through. And it still boggles my mind what I've experienced in life. I mean, you can't make this shit up. 1,000 yard stare. Uh, Can I use this? No, why is it jumping? Okay, so where was I? All right, we're gonna say goodnight, or anything else anyone wants to share, or should I just stick around? You can watch me browse the internet. I'm like, this is kind of a meh, but I want to do something. Where is? Oh my god.